itself from that iron. So we'll squeeze down that small constriction line and break it off later on. Now as you see her inflating this, thinning the glass out, it's cooling as well. You're seeing that color dissipate. You're realizing this is clear glass. If we were to add color onto the glass, we can roll it in this stuff here called grit. It's little granules of crushed up colored glass. This is a nice, one of my favorites. It's a mint color. It looks just like it looks in that bottle there. So we can roll a fresh colored glass right into that. It will stick onto the surface. We can melt it in the oven. So it gives us a nice coating of color. If we wanted a nice thin veneer of color without spots on the glass, we'll use a piece of color bar. Now this is actually green, but it looks dark because it's very concentrated. Here we're going to use the fluidity of the glass to just let that fall onto the piece there. George stops turning, and then they add that on, letting it fall nicely down. The temperature, which for this connection will reduce the strength of it, which is important because we want the punty to also break off later on too. So here we go to start the transfer. She will add this punty on. This will stick right onto the middle of that foot, which is perfect for that same axis.
You can really smell
so everything's as symmetrical as possible. Now to get the glass to break along that small constriction line, it is weak enough, but we do need to add some things to it like water or even the cold part of this tool there. And a light tap will do the trick here. There we go. Very nicely done. Let's give her a big round of applause for that. Thank you so much. So we have severed that connection. Now that is broken glass. It's sharp. Of course, it's still around 1,000 degrees, so you don't know that by touching it. You can just see that it's sharp. Sharp break. Glass will break at around 1,000 degrees. If it's moving, it won't break. So we get it low enough to where it will, but not so low, the whole thing breaks. Now, if the glass was lower than about 900 degrees, and we were to do that, that crack would spread along the piece and we would be out of a piece. So instead, we keep the glass nice and warm, but just thermally shock that one particular area and get that part to break off. But successful transfer. Now in this oven camera, you come to her to grab it and give it some twists and then place it back down. And now that she's got more than one, she might want to look at how tall each one is so that they are all even. But what's really nice about having something sit on 3 points is that that will never wobble. If it's on 4, it probably will, or unless you kind of machine it flat. But 3 points will not wobble. Very nice. Now, half of this is George, falls on George as well. So you see that George has been helping Jamie out. It's really difficult for us to make glass all by ourselves. And you can see why. Jamie is working on this piece. She's keeping the whole thing nice and warm. She's also consistently rotating the iron. If she were to set this down, we could run the risk of getting it too cold or it falling off center. So George is here to help. But all of these bits have to be exactly the same amount gathered, cooled on the table for the same amount of time, shaped the same for each shape, and then it looks like he brings it directly over, so he can't heat it in between, or else the heats might be off, the shape might be off, and therefore the feet will be off. So, no pressure on George. Alright, so our final bit has been added. She's going to give that a little swirl there. Come out of that little swirl. Very nice. Alright. Those are our 3-pronged foot there. There's a couple more as well you can see with clear feet. Awesome. That's our final piece. So we need to get this down to room temperature, and we're going to do that overnight. So we have an oven that's at 900 degrees that we fill full of work all day long. When we're done here for the day, we're going to turn that 900 degree oven down onto the annealing cycle. Annealing means slow cooling. That's what we're going to do for our glass, slowly cool it overnight. So to get it off of that punty connection, we grab a couple drops of water, add it right onto that connection there, not on the piece itself, but right where it connects. And George will catch it with those long forks. Water will shock the glass, breaking that delicate connection. George will bring it over to the oven. A light tap. There we are. Into our oven it will go. Now something like this actually needs to cool for at least about 8 hours of slow cooling, or have at least 8 hours of slow cooling. And we'll see that beautiful piece tomorrow. That's Jamie Perry, everybody. Awesome. Well, that will conclude our demonstration. If there are any questions, come on down and chat with us. We'd love to talk to you. Are there some I can take right now? Do you have a question?
Everything here. So here's Beijing when it was founded. And it goes up, it's narrow, it widens a little bit, but not much, and it narrows. Narrows again, widens, narrows, widens, narrows. Widens again, narrows, widens, narrows, widens, narrows, widens, narrows again, and then it's wide ever since. And then this is that one. And then there's a couple other interesting things if we head over this way. We have some fruit. There's some random fruit. We have a rabbit, it looks like, or a bunny or something. A weird egg. A worm sphere of some sort. Looks like a glass crystal. These are all glass, by the way. This doesn't even look like it's glass, but it is. We have a little sculpture here. And then this thing. I really don't know what this is. Have some flowers. A lot of pottery. And did I mention we have this crystal tower? This is an interesting room. The glass museum is surprisingly more interesting than you'd think. So we found this glass sculpture. It's of a person. The name of it is The Walker. They hunt you under the price of compassion, or not to die of lies. We have double face sculpture, and then we have through the cone. These are all glass, keep this in mind. And then we have Red Pyramid. What a name. What a name, what a name, what a name. Doesn't look like that on this side. And then this is the carving, same thing on the other side. It's called Imprint of an Angel 2. It's raining knives. Raining knives. If I was in that house right now, I would be getting out, hopping over here. They're probably hopping on to one of these things. We have a cool little glass sculpture here called I saw Othello's visage in his mind. Wow. So this is a fog machine, kind of, in a way, I guess. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But, yeah, it's something made by an artist, and yeah.
Glass bars, which consists of
102 of these
illustrates and
glass sticks. We have a bunch of little jewelry stuff. We have, looks like, some wedging tools. A hand on a chain that's attached to it, the glass cell itself. A weird kangaroo dog thing, human thing. Wait,
That was me.
they need a warning.
I know, we're just gonna stand further back, evoking the grotesque.
They have a cat thing.
Material culture. Yeah.
They have a bunch of stuff here. And then this thing. So we have another little sculpture here. So head over this way. Be careful with the sensors. Yep. So they have this thing. They have sensors, so if you get like 1 nanometer too close, it will beep.
Oh no, that's where that's in the description.
Oh yeah.
It's in oh yeah, installation in
Oh, okay, so we're still installing that. We have a couple of vases.
Untitled.
Ooh, this might be my favorite so far.
Portrait of a
They're working on installing the thing, but we got a crazy dude running motorcycle. So there's that. That's cool. If we head over this way, oh my goodness, this is interesting. We have some walls here. They have a Lego robot glass thing. We have a little tube thing here. It looks like it's paper. We have a vase with a big needle thread. They're gonna install something here. And if we come over to the end of this exhibit area, oh nope, we still got more. There's this sheer volume. That's a good name for it. Just slowly gets less and less. Oh wow, there's even stuff in between there. If you look from this angle, it looks like a Christmas tree. Soma is this thing? A little tower with an eye in the middle. Here we go. Oh yes, the greatest name of all time. Tire. This is probably my favorite one. What is it about? It's only just like racing, I guess. And then we have Black Cube, the cube, and we have this thing full of crows. This just looks like a broken down tree thing. Crows have attacked. You can even see the broken glass. So yeah, interesting exhibit. But I think I found my favorite thing so far. Back for day 2 at the Glass Museum, and we now have this cube.
LED bulbs, silicone cords, electric components, and wood.
Here, it's got this weird effect. And yeah,
Like,
look at all the glass that's in here. It's ridiculous. Cool. Some of these are made in the city that we're in. Some made from faraway lands. We already went over the cube. Then there's this section. Over here. Keep in mind, these are all made of glass. Most of everything here. I mean, those things dangling are ostrich feathers. Those white things, but yeah, most of the stuff here is made of glass. There's even a chandelier. Glass knots that are pretty much ropes. That's it. Just glass knots. So much glass. This is just one exhibit. Oh, nothing.
There's 2 fins on there, so
Glass.
now I gotta work on the head. So to do that, I will have to
Glass.
attach a rod
And then
somewhere to the other side of this dolphin. So I'll kind of do it right on the belly here.
there it
So this will
goes
act as
back.
a punty. This is temporary. So I'm gonna let that droop. Kind of flatten
Okay,
it
so I'm
out
gonna give you
just a
5
bit.
seconds to try to
It's
match
not so much
the
of a heavy
windshield
connection
to
there.
the cars.
And to
Ready?
make it temporary, well, I don't want such a high
Back it up.
blank kind of
5,
glass. Just kind of like a
4,
dark
3,
tone.
2,
Just enough
1.
to make
Put them
that
in
a
the count of
connection.
4.
But as
So this is how glass is made. They first have to melt it,
all the way
then they roll it so it's squeezed into the shape they want. Then they cool it, they grind it, they wash it, they cut it, they'll polish it, they'll turn it, polish it again, and inspect it to make sure that the glass comes out fine. And then if I head over here, this is what they use for skyscrapers. The tallest possible glass they could ship. So follow the dotted line. So down there, yellow dotted line goes all the way up. This is the maximum size they can ship over to places. I don't know how well this is gonna work. But if you look in here correctly, there we go, we kind of got it. You can look out you can see the city with this. This is at the Glass Museum. So you can look outside the building and into the city. That didn't go too well, but I think you get the idea. Look at this. This is on the second floor. This is ridiculous. And then, way down here all the way. There's some rainbow glass. A couple other cool stuff. So this is you're able to see 125 miles with this. That is cool. Going to really cool, just crazy stuff here. It's really cool. And then we even have this sphere. You can get a closer look at things. So it's just that clear. Look at my fingers. They expand. Oh my gosh, this is weird. It's so cool at the same time. We have optical illusions here. This is just awesome. This is crazy. So look through this glass. You can see really far. Look through that glass. You can once again see really far. There you go. Better. Yeah, you can look a little really far. This is your average glass. Just think about that for a second. Look at this. This is thermal heat, and then this is also something similar. So we have. Look at my. Look at the camera. My goodness, here. Let me. Look at the camera when I do this. This is thermo heat. It's using glass. You can see the top there is around 91.5 degrees. The bottom here is around 72 degrees, which is about how cold my subscriber count is right now. So we want this thing to burn to the ground. How satisfying is it to watch things burn? So be sure you subscribe so that way we can get our temperatures more up here instead of down here. Because how satisfying is it to watch things burn? Let's be honest. Okay, so pay attention to my mask on the camera. So it goes down all the way to around 73. Ready? I'm gonna get it on the dock. Keep an eye on the temperature at spot 2. So you can see it goes all the way down. So it goes down all the way to around 73. But once you breathe out, it goes up to 93. It's crazy. Or 92. So this is glass that can be found naturally. Now it's not clear glass, but it is something. There it goes. Down into there. Through the loops into the jungle.